everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nija Knows. Yay! It's episode 3. I'm Nika, and we have the beautiful, both of them are beautiful, Felicia and
Corey. Hey guys.
So if you're at episode 3, we really thank you for watching. We appreciate you. You know our names by now, but we're still going to introduce ourselves just in case it's your first time. This episode, we are talking about cancel culture. There's a lot of canceling of people going on, mostly celebrities, obviously, because us normal people, you don't know what we're saying or doing. But we're going to talk about it because it seems like this is a regular thing now. But first, before we get started, we're going to do our normal facts and tips and all that good stuff. So who wants to go first?
I'll go. I actually have 2 travel tips. Two very small things, but I think 2 things that are really, really helpful. So when you're traveling a lot, it is, you're moving from, you're not home. You are in an unfamiliar space, be it a hotel, a different country, a different state, a different city. It's not home. It is important to establish a travel routine for yourself that helps you feel a little more like home. Like for me, when I get anywhere, if I'm staying more than a night, I will literally unpack almost everything and put it in a certain order to make it for me to make it feel like I always like the feeling of opening drawers and picking out things that I like. And so when I get places, and most time when I do get places, I stay for like a week or more. First thing I do is just take out my stuff. If there's a dresser or drawer, put it in the dresser, or lay it out in a way to where I can see exactly what I have and I can pick out exactly what I need, because it feels chaotic having to go into the suitcase and rummage around to try and find what I need and not be able to readily find it versus, laying it all out and being able to see. And then also when you check out, having a repacking ritual on, how do you like to repack all of your things, and do that every single time. That'll help with any kind of travel anxiety. That'll help you feel more relaxed. It'll help you not forget stuff when you leave, because my short-term memory is non-existent and it's really easy for me to leave. I feel like I've left a piece of me everywhere.
Yes, I have the garlic salt and the lemon pepper that I used for the chicken today. Thank you.
For the better. See, I'm leaving flavor where I go, so that's important. But for the more really important things that I'm just like, shit, I gotta buy that again. I have a routine when I repack my things, and I will research everything, redo walkthroughs about 4 or 5 times before I walk out that door. And then another thing that is very smart to do, I don't care where you go, if it's not your home state, call your bank and let them know that you're going to be traveling. Have them put a travel notice on your card. For those of you who I don't like for the bank to know my business, if you have a bank account, they know your business. I don't care what you think you're doing. You're not avoiding that. But it is in your best interest to let your bank know whereabouts that you're going to be, even if those plans change midway, or you do like I did, and you don't necessarily know where you're going to be. The fact that they know that you're not going to be in your home radius will save you a lot of heartache and pain, and keep them from canceling your card, or you having to do the, did you make this purchase kind of declined first, and then you have to go back and do it again, because that's just embarrassing. So save yourself a little bit of, energy by just letting them know that you're going to be out of the state. And those are my travel tips.
All right, cool. Those are really good tips, especially that bank one, because that's happened to me before. Like swipe.
I mean, that happened here,
right? You be trying to redeem yourself. You'd be like, but I have it. This is my account right now. They'd be like,
all right, Felicia, you want to go next or me?
This one, it's quick. I kind of have a feeling I've said this before, but I think it's important when you're working out and trying to eat right in conjunction with. Don't try a bunch of different diets. And that part, diets, when I hear the word diet, I think temporary for the now, short term. You have to have a lifestyle change. That's number one. Going from keto and then no carbs to low carbs. It's like your body doesn't have time to calibrate itself to get used to what you're doing. Find something that you think that you're going to enjoy, that you are going to like eating, and stick with it at least for 3 to 6 months. And then you can change to something else. Just give yourself time. Your body is not gonna change overnight. So just give your body time to do what it needs to do while you're still, in the gym, hitting it and incorporating healthy eating.
Yes.
And cheat meals. You can have them
today.
Consistency.
That one.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just had to say that. That was a really good one. It's a lifestyle. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it sustainable?
Yes.
Right.
There you go.
No carbs is not sustainable for me.
Yeah, me neither. I love
and that's the thing. When I hear people say, "Oh, I'm not going to eat carbs," or "I'm going to do low carbs," and I'm like, "But why though? You're first of all, your body and your brain needs them to function. Like if you go a long period of time without eating carbs, you're going to find that you're foggy. You can't think or process as quickly as you would if you were eating carbs. And as soon as you start giving your body what it essentially needs, you start feeling normal. You don't have to do, but it's the kind of carbs you eat too, complex carbs, and then you have your carbs that you have in your vegetables and in your meat. You just have to find that balance. It's balance, people.
Balance.
Balance.
Yes, the word of the day.
Cheat meals, I'm all for them. Cheat meals, cake, do it. Cookies, do it. Shut up, Nick.
I've been good. I went and bought chocolate chip cookies when I ordered groceries yesterday, but they're chocolate, so I can't eat them like that. And they're the Edelman's, girl, the good ones. But they little, so I had, I did have a couple of little ones.
You
and I just
ate one?
hurry up and drank my water. Yeah, that's what I was doing before we started this meeting. I sure did, and I enjoyed it. And I drank my water to make sure I don't get all itchy. Well, hurry up and wash it down.
Yes, I'm telling you, if you don't, you're going to overindulge, and then you're going to be mad at yourself, and then be one of those people, "Oh, well, I just start over next week." Don't do that.
Next week never comes.
Next week,
exactly. Never comes.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, that's a really good tip. Good. Those are good tips. So thank you for that, Felicia. So my random facts. Okay, I'm going to start by saying this random fact is about me. So if you don't know, my favorite animal is koala bear. I love them. I always have. I used to have a little stuffed one when I was little. I don't know where this came from. If I could have any pet in the world, it would be a koala bear, even though they're actually very nasty. But I just love them so much. So, of course, I have to look up stuff. Now, this one actually came because I heard like the end part of like some snippet of something on NPR. And it's talking about the issues with koala bears and chlamydia. And I was like, wait, hold on. What did they say? So I had to look this up, of course, about koala bears and chlamydia, which is a STD. So it's in the same family, obviously, as what humans get, but it's a different type of strain because, they're animals. So humans get chlamydia trachomatis, whereas koalas get chlamydia pecorum, but it affects them the same if left untreated. So for koala bears, it can lead to infertility and permanent blindness. It actually does that to humans too if it goes untreated. But apparently this is a problem with koala bears. And I was reading somewhere else, I wish I had saved it, but 40 to 49%, something like that, of koala bears that exist in the wild have this chlamydia. And I was just thinking, this is so sad. Like, can you imagine you koala bear, you mind your own business, you don't bother nobody, you just eat your eucalyptus leaves, and then you start going blind. You get a little something in, when you need a little baby or whatever, and then your baby born blind, like, and you can't.
And now you trying to find out. You trying to find out. What did you give me? As you
can't find your baby, you patting around in the tree trying to find the baby.
So I wonder. I mean, and that sucks. I can see why it's 40% that there's no like koala condoms running around. There's no sexual health
dog, and everywhere they go,
no clinic for them to go to.
I got this.
No koala doctor for them to go see, and it's left up to humans to go treat. And I just have this thing about humans going and messing with animals, which is probably how it started happening anyway, because we always got to go take stuff from where it's supposed to be.
Leave stuff alone.
But I just found that very sad. I didn't mean this to turn out sad, but
it's funny too. I'm sorry. I'm like trying. I am empathetic because that's really sad, but it's also kind of funny to think koalas get chlamydia.
Yeah.
So that means if the parents have it, they're already passing it down to the children. So it's just like an infestation.
It's not even
really
sexual.
Is.
It's just
it really is. It's just, and koala bears are marsupial, so they keep the baby in the pouch, so the baby just rolling around,
chlamydia.
It's all up in it, wiping their face with it in the morning.
Oh God! Oh.
So anyway, yes, that's my random fact.
Koala bears, that's a good one.
We need to save the koala bears from chlamydia,
because
it's a problem.
spray the leaves with penicillin or whatever they eat, like whatever treats chlamydia. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, well, that actually was kind of funny story. But yes, our topic is cancel culture. This sort of came to mind because as we all know, we heard about the rapper DaBaby at this Rolling Loud concert in Miami. During the break or in between songs, he yelled something out. People found it offensive. And to me, it seemed random. Like, why would you yell that out? It don't make sense. But, he said other things that people were highly offended by, and, people were wanting to cancel him and so on and so forth. So I was listening to some other stuff and reading some articles about this cancel culture. So how do we feel about that? Like, I get it, right? You say some messed up stuff, you should be held accountable, especially, unfortunately, they say, celebrities were not role models. They're just doing their thing, but you're in the public eye, so that you leave yourself open to criticism when you're out, doing concerts or on the radio, whatever you're doing. But at what point, like, who decides who gets canceled? Do they get to come back? Like, who made this up? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's so random. And the fact that I didn't even know that this was a thing shows you how out of the loop I am on certain things. It's like cancel culture. What? They're doing this? But you figure you have these celebrities, like you said, who are they're supposed to be held to a certain standard, so they have to portray themselves a certain way when they're in the public eye, right? I think it's us little people who are saying, oh, well, he shouldn't have said that, so we're going to cancel him or her or whatever, what have you.
Yeah, but how long does that last? Because I think for somebody like him, he has a fan base anyway. So it's not, I mean, I read something that he was losing money from other maybe concerts or other things.
He got dropped from a lot of shows. Yep.
Yeah.
Really? After that?
Yeah. A lot of people dropped him quickly.
Because when you think about at least music artists in particular, when they go to these shows, a lot of this stuff, they're getting sponsorships in order to be able to throw these things. So if the sponsor is now attached to that, then that sponsor is then in danger of being canceled themselves. So they'll do
keep
this
their hands out of it.
And like nah. And then that's how that ends up happening. So he lost some stuff, but I think he has a big enough fan base that give it a couple months. It's probably not going to be, for him, at least money wise, it probably won't be a huge deal. But at what point do we say, okay, you've learned your lesson? Because he did release some statement or whatever, but I mean, he probably had to.
At that point, and then the apology isn't genuine? Is it genuine? Yeah, I mean, because like for me, cancel culture, I think, as everything does when it started out, served a very important purpose. Like, you have a restaurant that's not serving disabled people and Black people. Yeah, go ahead and cancel that restaurant. It don't need to be on the street anyway. But then it just became, to me, like anything that offended anybody, everybody can catch this cancel. And it's like, is that really? Yeah, is that taking it too far? And how far does that go? Because then at that point, it's censorship. It starts rolling into a dangerous area of censorship, and to a way that, like, to me, if our government took it that far, we would all be up in arms, because it would be considered censorship at its worst level. But that's kind of like what it is. It's like, I don't like it, so therefore we're gonna shut it all down. And it's some people are like, whoa, that's an opinion. Not, and it's okay for people to have opinion, but it's a weird concept that and in doing some reading, that's not necessarily new, in its concept, but I think new in the way that it's being utilized right now.
Right. Because of social media. So it's so easy to put it out. Like, oh, that just came out my hand. Okay.
Magic.
Y'all didn't see that.
She said magic.
But like we were talking earlier, Kevin Hart, right? This happened to him a couple of years ago when people were all up in arms about something he said like years ago. Chrissy Teigen too, just recently coming back on social media because people pulled her old tweets from however long ago, however many years ago, like, oh, she said this. And then, you know, she stopped posting on social media and she put posts every once in a while about how she's grown and growing and all this other stuff and embarrassed about what she said. So like my other question is like, at what point does someone get to like Chrissy Teigen come back and be like, hey guys, yeah, that was messed up. Now on her part, she was apologetic and like, yeah, I read back, you know, went back and was like, yeah, that was messed up what I said. Like who decides, you know, where is the forgiveness? Is there forgiveness? Is there redemption?
I don't think so. It was because from what I'm hearing, what it sounds like, it's like, okay, well, they're mad right now. I'm going to let them cool off. It's like a cooling off period. So let me go ahead and back up. And then let me see if they're still mad. Let me dip my toe in. Oh, y'all still mad? Okay, let me go away. And then they'll just ease their way back in. I don't think it's somebody saying, it's like, all right, your sentence is over. You're good. You can leave now. I don't think it's like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Because like who
it's like, can you outlast the social short attention span? Like what's going to give first? Like,
right.
Are they going to forget about it first? You know, or can I hold on to my money until they forget about it and then I can reinsert myself back in when they've forgotten what I've done?
Right. Because I did think when I was thinking about this, I was like, because I thought about the dating episode where I said I don't like the man teats, right? No, we were joking about it, whatever. But, you know, I was watching, I watched Botched. I watched like a lot of medical surgery shows and stuff like Dr. Pimple Popper, like weird stuff. But anyway, there is a condition in men where they
the lipoma.
And they have breasts. So I'm like, I wonder if somebody pulled that episode, you know, 10 years from now, and they be offended by the fact that I said I don't like man teats. You know, like, well, you know, we can't help. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody,
husky men unite
anytime.
Oh God.
I don't think it does make you think like, dang, okay, so we doing a podcast now. You kind of got to be careful. You know, you just can't be blurting out stuff. You know, it's like,
but it's true now that we're doing something like this. We have essentially the simple fact that we're doing this now. We do have to be careful in what we say because whoever's listening could say, "Oh, well, I didn't know she felt that way," or "I didn't know she didn't like that," and then that can lead to a whole, you know, upheaval of other issues. So yeah, when you start putting yourself out there, you have to be mindful and be careful of what you let come out of your mouth.
But when does that go too far when you're at that point not allowed to say what you're actually thinking as an opinion? Now, it's one thing to run out there and be like, you know, peas are part of our fruit. That's just not true and a straight up lie. And that's harmful to peas, I guess. But like but if I have just like an opinion, I like peas more than penguins. You know, it's just like, oh,
that's your personal opinion.
You know, oh well,
so when are we allowed to have an opinion?
Exactly, and because then somebody's like, I'm offended because how dare you put peas and you know before penguins? Penguins are a living thing, and therefore that means that you don't like elephants. If you don't like elephants, then you hate popsicles. So canceled. And it's
whoa,
like wow, these two things weren't even related. Like where are we going with
it? Was an opinion. I particularly prefer these over that, and I guess that's always going to be like the fight and fine line of like opinion and deciding like what's dangerous. But sometimes some of these cancels to me, they don't seem dangerous. It just seems like there is a group of people who are inherently not necessarily going to like the opinion if that's how it's presented, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you completely cancel a whole person's source of money, career. Yeah. I don't know. It's
and
weird.
I think too, like because you know the internet is such a weird thing, right? It's a beautiful thing in the sense that we get all this information, like at the on our phones, where you just tap a couple buttons and you have like literally thousands of pages of information. And because of that, it makes things so accessible, but it also makes people a little bit more bold than they would be, in person. So they
keyboard warriors.
I don't like this. And, and there's like trolls, internet troll. That's like a real thing. People just go and just hate on people, say, well, I don't like this and I don't like that. And I don't like, what I'm saying? It's just like, at what point, where's the line? You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's sort of goes back and forth depending on who it is. Because like if Beyonce came out and said some things, people might be a little bit more forgiving just because she's Beyonce, and people for most part, people generally like her and her music or whatever the case may be.
The Bayhive.
Yeah. Yes. Now they're something serious. Like if you say something about her, they will be all in your comments with the bees and the death threats and stuff like that.
She got like an army.
Yes.
Yeah. She has an army behind
very strange. Like she's a human. She puts her pants on one leg at a time, just like the rest of us.
No, she don't. She backflips.
She levitates.
Tumbles. Exactly. That's how she gets it to him.
Wow.
We're joking, but it seems like that's how people literally think of her. Like, okay, did she save the world or something? I missed something. Like, okay, but anyway,
she went from I guess people look like she went from being part of Destiny's Child, and she's just built this between with her and Jay-Z. They literally built this huge empire, and everybody's just like,
y'all put in work.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. It's still a very strange thing to me, but I feel like it definitely depends on who's saying it, as far as how people react. They seem to be a little bit more giving. Now, I did think too with this whole cancel thing, like what about when it comes to people that are like, let's say racist or made a racist comment, like the what's his name in Canada, the good looking one.
Ooh, Trudeau.
Yes. And they pulled some old pictures from his college days and he had on blackface.
That's right. Yep.
It's like, yes, blackface at a Halloween
frat party
something like that. What? Yeah, because I don't know if they do Halloween, but yeah. So it's like when it comes to something like that, do we forgive that person? Now, mind you, he's already where he is. He already is who he is. But these are from back in the days that somebody seemed to pull. Like, if it's racist, do they get a pass at some point or redemption at some point? It's one thing to yell out something against whatever group, but when it's something like that, people tend to take it a little bit more because of the history. Obviously there's a reason, but do we forgive people like that or don't we? I think that sort of blew over, but that's an example of who. That's why I'm saying, like, who gets to determine who's okay and who's not.
That's the other thing too. Like that's where I feel like when I said that cancel culture started before it was called cancel culture, I think it was actually most prevalent in politics, because that's the tactic when you're have an opposing person coming in, you're both vying for the same chair, seat, position. What do? If you can't find anything now, you reach all the way back into like the depths, of the ether, and you pull out something that they did when they were 5 years old. And it's just like, you want this person, you can't have somebody who did this when they were, Trudeau, when he was 19, 20, grown ass man now, you can't essentially cancel them. It's like, is there a statute of limitation on how long and how far back we can pull some of this stuff? And I mean, obviously, all the context, like, is it something that can actually stem into who they are as a person today? Is it something that they actually do believe in, or was it a simple, stupid mistake and something dumb that they did a long time ago? Because people now are acting like they've never done anything stupid or said anything stupid or made a comment or had a previously stupid opinion. Like, people act like they've, as a whole, as a collective, act like they've never done that before, and so they just go ham on like one person that happens to have done one thing to offend them collectively, like in the past, like in the far past. I have personally,
current.
No, I have that. That's where I have a problem when it's stuff that's like in the super far past. Like I was a different person back then. I mean, I was a different person
Right.
5 minutes ago, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was a real different person at 22 than I am now at 33. Like
Right.
you're not finna hold me to anything at 22 because that's a whole different life and mindset ago.
Mhm.
But that's what's
Mhm.
happening. People are
Yeah.
it's strange.
Felicia, you had other examples, right?
Yeah, you had a book.
printed them out.
A book.
Sorry.
She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna find out about cancel culture." She did her research.
I had to, because when we were talking about what we were going to talk about, I'm listening and I'm like, okay, girl, you got to do some research because you have no idea what they are talking about. So you have to look at what is this?
Did you ask your daughter anything about it?
No, because she just started school and she's like super tired
Oh, okay.
because she started school on Tuesday. So
Yeah.
for the past 2 days, I've come home and she's been completely knocked out. She didn't even want to eat dinner tonight. She was so tired. I had to make her eat because all she had today was a granola bar all day,
Yeah.
and she had dance practice after school. So I haven't had a chance to really have a full conversation with her. But I went online and I pulled this thing. It's canceled celebrities of 2020.
Okay.
And the first
Okay.
one that comes up is Doja Cat.
Oh, but okay. That's a good one.
I can't remember that one.
Because she was in some chat group where they were saying things about black people, and I don't know if she said she didn't want to be black, but they was making very racist comments, and she was in there basically laughing it up and stuff.
So it says here she was canceled twice. Once she started beef with Nicki Minaj fans, and then again when she allegedly made a racist comment on a video chat site.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. But now she's been out, still been putting music
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It don't seem to have,
She's fine.
her too much.
It says here that none of this destroyed her reputation.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess if you drop a hot beat, people forget.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot.
Which means like how real is it? I mean, that's my thing. Like, how real is it?
It just doesn't seem real. Like this, who's Chris Pratt?
Oh, if you like Marvel movies, Guardians of the Galaxy, he's Star-Lord.
Mhm.
Yeah. And he was on the show Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
That show was on for like 5 or 6 seasons or something. It's really a very funny show. If you quirky, nerdy comedies, like that's one of my favorite shows.
Never saw it. He was canceled for
yes.
He was canceled numerous times on Twitter over claims that he is allegedly homophobic and attends an anti-LGBTQ plus church.
Okay. I don't follow him. I don't know anything about him. I didn't know that either. I never heard that. I'm not on Twitter either. That's the other part. A lot of this stuff seems to happen on Twitter.
Like
you got to be on.
Like I don't know what part of Twitter I'm on, but it's nothing like.
I know. That's why I say I don't understand Twitter then, because I don't see any of this stuff. The rare time that I actually go on there.
Which Twitter is a dying platform. I think. Personal opinion.
Really.
It's starting to die.
Because people will tweet and then post it on their Instagram. Yeah, and that's where I see stuff.
Huge right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and TikTok, I guess. But who was the other one?
Lizzo.
She was canceled? Why?
Singer Lizzo, Gain Hughes just said she was canceled by Harry Styles fans after a video surfaced on Twitter showing her pretending to grab Harry's butt. Well, this is actually the first one I read because I was scrolling and I said, this can't be real. This is stupid. This can't be. Because it says Twitter users attempted to cancel her for sexualizing him without his consent. But this one was pretty stupid because the pair are just close friends.
Oh. Yeah, I think people literally are finding random stuff.
They have to be, because none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a misuse of something that could be effective for like real issues, but at this point, it's not real and it's not serious. This newer generation is just using it. I feel like it's the new form of temper tantrum. Like,
you said that. No.
Like it. Cancel.
Cancel.
Want it. You said this. It's not what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it it takes away from someone being able to grow in forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Because we all, like you said, Tori, we all have said messed up things. I know if I was to put on blast, if somebody were to record every single thing I've said, they'd be like, dang, girl, like you kind of mean. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think people nowadays are really forgiving though?
No, I think people
they're
nowadays are
forgetful.
forgetting. Yes, they're very forgetful.
Yeah,
That's all.
we have a short attention span. You know, you scroll through social media, you watch a 30-second, 60-second video, and you keep moving, and that's how our brains are, you know, in regular life. You know, it's on there for a minute, and then we're on to the next thing. You know, we're live in a society of fads.
It's just now, and it's just go. Yeah.
Everything's rapidly changing too, and everything is getting a name now. So, which is great in a sense that, you know, things are being recognized, but with that moving so fast, it's also a way to like get everybody upset about everything, because now kind of everybody's finding a name for everything and identifying with anything and everything and finding their niche spaces. But the problem with having so many niche spaces is now there's no place to step. And almost anywhere you try to tiptoe and step, you don't step on somebody's niche. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. Like I'm just trying to get to sorry. No. I'm just trying to get to like cis woman. Sorry, Sapio. Like you just step everywhere you go. You kind of just have to like sit still and not say anything, which is, I think, uber not good. I think that's also a bad move, because then like the whole idea is to talk about this stuff and like move things forward, but everybody's so scared and paralyzed to talk about anything, you know, and accidentally step on somebody else's niche that like now you don't say anything.
Right. And I think it's like it's like an oxymoron, right? We always talk about freedom of expression. You know, we want to express ourselves, but you can't. You can't do it though.
Doesn't make sense.
I want freedom. No, but not you though. You can't express yourself. You got to shut up because you're canceled. You know, it's like that's why I keep saying, like, who gets to determine?
I feel like didn't the Nazis do that? It was like, no, not you. You don't get to speak.
Right.
We can speak. Y'all don't get to speak. Like, but I think that's modern. Yeah, that's an ineffective. That's a very horrible way. That's a very horrible example of cancel culture to me. The Nazis canceled everybody else but themselves. They made it to where it was offensive for you, and they were truly offended for whatever their purposes were. They were truly offended by anything outside of themselves, and they literally canceled. Blue eyes, right? They literally canceled. Literally canceled anything outside of themselves because it offended them.
Yeah, it's a different form.
It's just a different form. Like it's the weapon is still the same, but just, you know.
Well, theirs was a lot more.
Theirs was horrible. Like, but it's like where all this could eventually go if we keep like.
Yeah.
If we don't.
Depending on like the biggest kid on the playground who gets to have that power of cancel, i.e., governments, like that could be real bad. Like,
I did see something when I was doing my research that some parts of it, like I think you were saying it earlier, or that it is supposed to be political. It's not supposed to be used in this form.
Yeah, for just any celebrity or any person. Yeah, because like you said, Tori, that's where it originated. There's this movie that my mom loved. It was called Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. And if you watch it, I feel like this is how politics is in real life, but it's made like 1932 or something. It's a black and white with James Stewart. But essentially that's what happens. He comes in, they sort of bring him out of the woods to sort of fill the space as a senator. And they pretty much, because they think he doesn't know anything, they're just going to tell him what to do. And he ends up digging and finding all this like corruption. And so in order to keep him, because he was starting to talk about it, so in order to keep him, they start printing all this stuff in the newspaper about he does this, he takes money from kids, he does that, you know, to cancel him. Now, of course, in the movie, he ends up, you know, winning sort of his you know, side of the story or whatever. But that's exactly what it was. It was, in the whole movie is a, you know, movie about politics, but that's exactly what it was. They were canceling him because they didn't want him to say what he was saying. So they made sure to print a whole bunch of, he did this and this, and even though it was true in the movie, but all this to shut that mouth up. so that he.
So that's what it is. It's just essentially to shut people up. Why can't we just tell people, shut up? Why we got to go through all this? Oh, you're a kid. Why? Like, just shut up.
Just be quiet.
Yeah,
Just
that's
stop.
like the baby. They were talking about the baby. That's why I'm just shut up. Like,
Just be
what?
quiet. What?
Talking about something that has nothing to do with what you got going on right now.
Exactly.
Just
You
shut
didn't
up.
need to go. Just shut up.
That was unnecessary. It really was. Just
Right now, you don't mobilize the whole LGBTQA plus community, like, and they don't play. Y'all don't play. So, like, y'all don't play. So just they're about to knock all that down. It's stupid. But what I do like about that, what I will say is that I do like that some other celebrities have come out and been like, instead of canceling him, can we like educate him? Can we talk to him? Can we, like, instead of just canceling him, taking his livelihood, taking his money, taking, just knocking all that, can we actually see where that came from? Can we actually see like what the root of that was? Like, what? Because to your point, Nikki, it was so random. Like, it was so random, angry, and so aggressive. So I'm like, well, what happened to you? Who hurt you? Where's your mind at? What as a professional performer at that point, what possessed you to feel like that was the place to vocalize those words? Like, why then and there and that in that manner? And so people like, well, instead of canceling, can we talk to him? And some people have reached, like, the people have put out, like, I've as a celebrity, I've gone into his DMs and say, hey, if you need some more education around something, or if you have some questions, or you just need to talk.
Let me know.
Think about it too. When you're in that industry too, there's drugs, there's alcohol, and you don't know whether he was under the influence, and he may not have known what he was saying when it was coming out of his mouth. Because that was when you guys told me what he said, I'm thinking, okay, well, was he on something? That was my first thought, because it didn't make sense. There was no logical explanation for it.
Yeah.
So was he on something?
Yeah, I definitely feel like there was something else, obviously, clearly was going on in his brain. What it was, I guess we'll never know. But it was just, it just seemed, the whole thing just seemed very odd to me. When he said it, where he was saying it, it was just like, what? But again, we'll never know. And clearly he'll have his comeback. He's still posting his page. I've seen him posting stuff, and that's how I found out about it to begin with, because I didn't know what concert was going on. And that's the other part too, is I feel like, at least for us, maybe somewhat, there's like a little bit of a generation gap, because we're I think the last generation or line of children that went from no technology in the sense of a phone to now all this stuff. Like, we've lived through all of it.
Yeah, and we've adapted all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, I saw when it first came out.
Like, to tapes, to 8 tracks, to cassettes, to records.
I know, we're rewinding tapes with pencils.
Y'all remember the floppy disk?
Yes. It took me 6 or 7 floppy disks to install Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on my dad's computer. It was like 6 or 7 floppy disks. You had to like exchange them real quick. They were in order, because you can't put in.
You can't do it,
right.
Man, the starter computers where you had the black screen and the green writing, and you only had. I remember I could only use my computer for math, and it had like these games, and then the math problems will pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
Big block phones, beepers.
Yeah. So for me, like, some of this stuff, obviously the baby is probably in his 20s still. I don't even think he's 30 yet. So that's
he's young.
For somebody like me who's 38, it's like, wait, what's going on now? What are we doing now? Canceling? What are we doing? I'm trying to keep up. I got teenagers. I didn't know what's going on, But I think that's part of it too. This younger generation is a little bit different in their way of thinking, not necessarily in a bad way. But they're just, they different than how we used to do it. Now I sound like somebody old auntie or something.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
We ain't had all this. What is this?
I find
but you may have to turn on the phone. What this is? What the talk tick? What the TikTok? What is that?
Tacky
Do
tick.
you guys find yourself saying that a lot? Like, well, back in my day, we didn't do it like that. We used to do it like this. I'm like, oh Lord, I sound old.
Yeah. I was just having a conversation with somebody and I found myself, I told him, I was like, dang, I keep saying, as I get older. He was like, yeah, you're not that old. Why do you keep saying that? I don't know. I was like, yeah, as I get older, I can't eat that spicy stuff like I used to, because that's what we were talking about was food. And mess with my stomach.
I just had to change my skincare routine. I'm like, oh, okay. This
everything
don't work. Okay, so I just got to augment some things. I got to buy a couple of extra little drops and serums and stuff. And I'm like, okay, here we are.
Yeah, and you have arrived.
I'm here.
Welcome.
So yeah, there's definitely.
I'm freezing this. For like.
You know what? It's not gonna change. I'm telling you. By the time we hit 50, we're gonna look exactly the same.
Yeah, I noticed when I would say Black people who take care of themselves age in batches. Like, and someone tell me they're just like Black women are the age they tell you they are. Period.
Right.
Like, because whatever age they tell you, just say okay, because you will never know.
Exactly.
Nope.
And that was funny to me because it's true.
Yeah, for once though, I felt young. I think I told one of you, Felicia, maybe, but I had gone to hang out with some people and they were like, oh, what year did you graduate high school? And I said 2001. They was like, 2001, you a baby. I was like, oh, thank you.
You were so happy.
I need that.
Needed that.
I was like, oh, I feel old. Like, oh, really? Okay, I'm the young one for once. Yes.
I'm the youngest one here. Yay!
I am baby.
No.
I'm gonna let the adults handle this. I'm gonna sit here.
Yeah. But yeah, cancel culture, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you, Felicia, you're sort of out of the loop. I only know because I happened to see somebody that I follow posted. And I was like, oh, what did he say? Why is he posting this long paragraph about him? So I went back and found, I didn't even know there was a concert going on.
Oh, wow, you
Apparently,
were that curious to go back and look at it too?
Yeah, because the person that said it is somebody that I follow that I like a lot of his posts. So when the way he posts is like it's like almost like a journal entry, or like a random conversation. So he'll post something, and the way Instagram is, it doesn't post it in order. So it might have been like 3 days ago, and I'm just now seeing it, and it's like, oh, why is he ranting about that? Let me go find out, because if he posts it, I usually will go look it up. I just happen to like what he says.
It is not time to read a thesis at this time of the evening. No.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what it. I like stuff about Black culture in general. I try to keep up with some of the younger people. Like there's that concert that they were talking about with Lil Baby or whatever that's in Orlando. What's his name?
That's gonna be here Friday.
Is it Lil Baby?
How many babies are there?
Well, I don't know. Dub Baby, Lil Baby,
Nas Baby,
baby,
Rosemary's Baby. I don't know.
There's a concert in Orlando on
Isaiah.
Friday,
What'd you say, please?
There's a concert in Orlando on Friday with Lil Baby.
Yes, and Lil Durk. I have no idea who that is.
I don't know these people.
And then Moneybagg Yo. Now I know who that is.
What's Moneybagg who?
Moneybagg Yo. Because I actually did one of my head rap videos to one of his songs. That's how.
Shut up, Tori.
And he just happened to come up on my Pandora list when I was
Moneybagg what?
Moneybagg Yo. I wouldn't know how they come up with these names though. Like Lil Durk. Like what?
No, I think there's just like a random name generator somewhere out there at this point. Like no one's actually. They don't care. They're just like, what name am I gonna have? Record company, and record companies like push the button or like pull the lever, and it just like spins. It's like the Price is Right wheel, and it just spins your name in two parts.
I just want to know why everybody is little. Why? Well, they are
little. They're all like this big.
Well, that's true. I say that, but then I think about like 90s, like Lil Kim, Lil C's. That was Bad Boy. It was It was a lot of littles into Lil Wayne.
I'm sorry,
before he
but
Lil
back
became
Wayne,
the
Lil
name-
Jon.
Lil
Yeah,
Jon.
but the names sound better though. Listen to the names back from
Well, that's true. At least they were
then and
regular
listen to the
names.
ones
Kim,
now.
John, Wayne. Yeah. Dirk. What is this? I still don't know who that is. Have
Blueface.
no
I don't even know what
idea.
these people look like.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Blueface something.
Something.
We sound real
What?
old.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that right now.
Blueface? Let me look it up.
Blueface.
Blueface. Yeah, his name is Blueface something.
It's a whole bunch of like
Blueface.
tattoos.
All right, y'all. We done got way off, but anyway, that's good because we got conversation. Part of the conversation was over. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. So thank you guys for listening, for watching. Follow us on social media. We got the Niger Knows page on Instagram. I always say this: we have a Twitter, but don't go on there because it's like full tweets. My personal pages are Nika NIKE_8201 and then Rap Queen 82 for all your head wraps and your little videos and makeup stuff, all that good stuff. Felicia, what about you?
Delion Fitness 1, Instagram.
All right.
Sure.
And at Tootsie Roller 12, and also at Where I'm Going with the _ under where, well, after where and after I'm.
All right, y'all. So this is episode 3. We did it. Yay.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share. Tell
Yes,
us.
all of that. Yes.
Feedback.
Please, feedback, and put your feedback in the comments. So the personal messages are much appreciated, but put it in the comments as well. Like, share, all that good stuff. Like,
Say it with your
just
chest.
said.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, the bell. It's the bell up over there. Hit it.
Yes.
Subscribe so you can get
Yes.
notifications. Yes.
Right, exactly. All right, y'all. So that's it. Peace out.
Bye, guys.